Everyone testing? Alright, cool, I'm on. So tonight I am going to start compositing this shot. As you can see here on the screen, it's a little bit of a different setup than the previous weeks, since I'm actually starting to build out how the final shot looks like. The view right now is a little on the weird side, and that's because what I need to do is turn on the bitmap mode, and you can kind of see what it should look like here. Let me go back to one of the frames that was not adjusted. The ones at the top. So this is what it should kind of look like. So I'm going to try to go through this a little bit and get it ready to get final rendered tonight. Let me see if I can get the audio a little higher. That should be better. Yeah. There's going to be some background noise because of the AC that I have running in the background. My computer gets hot and I don't want to bake. Alright, so let's get into this. I'm also going to start my Instagram feed right now. Let me get that going. Alright, now I got Instagram going, so sorry about that. I thought it would be interesting to do both at the same time. Alright, so let's look into this. So this is the totally animation. You can see that there's some scripts in the shadow. I think there was a smaller issue that I want to deal with first, which I think if I go near the end, you'll see in the cheeks. So if you haven't used Harmony before, this is the compositing windows timeline. This is the viewport, and then this is the node view. And it shows you kind of what's going on with how it's composite. It's kind of similar to Nuke. So here is how it's supposed to look finished. Okay, so this frame looks good. Using After Effects key commands. Oh yeah, it's more towards the end. Yep, okay, so this is one of the first problems I have to fix. So these holes in the cheeks have to do with how this shot is pre-composited. So let's go in. So we need to use this tool to select the character. Actually, let's just go down here. Yeah, a lot of layers in here, so it kind of gets on the crazy side. Alright. So this composites for the sparks. I kind of labeled these things. I did these a little while ago. This should be the character. Yeah, this is called line. And one quick way we can tell if it's a character is I can hit D key and the A key, and that shows that is. So what I'm doing is I'm piping that into a node they made called char FX. And it's something I feel like I can move between shots. from one shot to another shot, so I keep consistent compositing. In here is kind of a little bit of a complex layout. Here, let me go a little wider on this. So basically what it's doing is it's taking the line work in and breaking up the color art, line art, and overlay layers, and then compositing them all separately, specifically how I want them composited. That includes hair shine and shadow. The hair shine is actually something else I need to fix. Alright, so let me get back into the preview window. And if I go into her line art layer, which is in the parent, I'm going to need to go to the drawing view, so I'm going to just add a drawing node in here. And then color. Alright, so the problem of why I'm getting that weird composite is if I hit X on these cheeks, you'll see it leaves a hole. So if I take both of them, X them out, and then paste in a correct cheek color, and then paste this back in, and then go back out to the camera view, it should be fixed. Yep, it's fixed. So right now that blue line around the character is the view because of the layer I'm on. Alright. So we're going to try to see what other ones. Okay, so there's a whole series of these, so we're just going to fix these quickly. It's on the color art layer. I'm going to go in. Oops, hit full screen. There we go. Probably this one's bad too. Let's do a quick check. Yep. Right now I'm just cutting it out and then using the paint bucket to clean it up, and then paste back, and then just do a quick check. Yep. So these are just things that happen when you're kind of brushing through. Might as well just keep doing these because I think the whole series is probably messed up. So last week I was using my pen tablet to do this. This week I'm just using a mouse and key. Going back out to the main timeline. Alright, now I can frame through these and I can see that the cheeks are in fact the way I want them. So one thing I've been thinking of is maybe the compositing on this is a little too soft. So the cheek composite is actually in the overlay. I have an override, which if I put these three frames all next to each other, we can find the override. That it is. It's probably in this layer. Yeah, here it is, cheeks. So there's a blur here. So maybe what we do is make this a 1, which will tighten up the blur a little bit. Actually, I want to see what it looks like without it. definitely 1 is good. Alright. So now I need to go through and check the whole animation and see what's wrong with it. So what we can do is we can preview it by clicking this preview button. I'm going to do render and play. It's going to overwrite the renders that are already on the computer. Should render pretty fast, given that this is my main desktop and not my laptop. Just gonna wait for this to finish. Alright, so it's finished. So you can see some of the problems. Let's do... Yeah, fixed view is good. So here, let me pull that up to full speed. So there's definitely a problem with her. We have a problem with the inside of her mouth right here. I think I may have neglected to do that part. Yeah. I'll have to go back and draw that later. I think we can keep compositing without having done that part yet. So I just want to check the cheeks, make sure I fixed all of it. Up there's one right there. So that's frame 121. So I'm going to add the color back in for the cheek. So part of the reason why I'm having this problem is I ended up selecting this tool, which kind of overwrites the Alright, so watch. So if I make the base right here, and then if I hit cut, Command X, it cuts out the area. However, if I paint with this off, it's fine. And the reason is that Harmony is takes into account the actual like whether stuff has been fully drawn or not. So here we're going to add this in on these frames. Just do it with the mouse, it's no big deal. All right. Let's go back to camera view, and now everything should be fine. So the mouth stuff I'm not going to deal with right now, but what I do have to deal with is the hair shine. So I'm going to switch back to camera mode. I'm going to start trying to place that. So we'll go to a part where the hair shine is established, which is right here. Try to hide the shadow layer for a moment just so I can see what's going on. Right. So hitting D hides both of those. So what I want to do is go back to here, pull the hair shine, and I'm going to hit O, which will take me to the layer that the hair shine is on. And I can see it's a deformer. So it has deformation and it's on the shine. So because I know it's a deformer, I got to enable the deformer tools. Sorry, I hope I had audio. Alright, so what I gotta do is I gotta turn on the deformer tools for the shine here and see if I can fix this. So these are the deformer tools, and I'm animating on stop motion frames. So I want to make sure that I have stop motion frames set so I'm not in betweening, because at this point I really don't want that. So at this point, I'm more or less eyeballing it into place. So I add an extra key there, so right here. So I'm going to remove that frame. And last one. I think I might copy. Through this and see if it's what I want. Alright. So the shine was fixed on this. So one thing that's happening here is you can see me tracking to the camera. I could disable the camera move if I wanted to. If I go all the way back out here, I can temporarily disable the camera. And then when I'm scrubbing through this, I don't have to kind of move around so much. So, all right. Let's go back to the beginning. So her spin around on the original animation I sped up, which is why it's doing this. Let's make the tool properties smaller. All right. So basically I need to go and fix the shine over the whole thing. So I'm going to try to work this one backwards. Alright, thought I could. Never mind, this is totally off. So, kind of want the shine to do something like this. So I'm probably going to, damn Adobe updates, and just remove all these keyframes and start over. So her main move kind of happens here. So what I can do is I can move this into place, kind of set it up like so, and I can interpolate it, which kind of works. So what I'll do here is convert all these to keys. All right, let me do that. Gotta go back to preferences and disable stop motion if I want to do what I'm thinking. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to convert all these frames to stop motion. I kind of have a step to move now without having to animate it. So I'm going to finish this move to here before she slides down. So let me check. It's this one. Kind of wanted to change a bit more. Yeah, this kind of works. Stop motion keyframes. There we go. And now I want her to go down. So we'll do a motion down. So I'm going to delete all these again. Set a keyframe here. Set this up as a tween again. It's not really 100% what I want, but at least gets me part way there. And now convert them to stop motion. Now I just have to go through and adjust each one. was a bit faster than the big move. Alright, so that kind of works. Alright, just give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm back. Sorry, needed to get some water. Alright, so we're going to continue fixing this. So we'll find the next like zenith point in her move, which is probably top of this. So that was 65. So we'll take this up to 65 out. Now this gray area, oops. Shoot. Ah, there we go. So, okay, this gray area up here is actually masked out. So that's out frame. So that seems good to me. Let's see if that kind of matches. Yeah. Well, if it doesn't match position, it's at least matching the deformation. So we'll kind of go with it. This first frame is down a little bit. Done. So let's see where it lines up again. Alright, I think it falls right here again. So remove all that. One more time. So I gotta fix this move here. Alright, that did a little bit better than the other ones, so it should be pretty quick. Through and correct. Let's converse step motion frames. Alright, it's a little off right here. Same here. Oops, made another in between. This is feeling a lot better now. All right. So if we scrub these, we've got the highlight lined up now. Alright. mic. I am not good with this audio stuff, I'm sorry. Alright, I guess we'll just stick with what I had. Alright, that might be a little bit better. Hopefully not quite so distracting. Alright. So now we got this part done. So what's next? So now we have the shadow down here. Oh, okay, so she has no legs right here. Let's turn the camera back on. Alright. So this is drawn shadow. There's also shadow that was over in here. And we'll go to that place on the timeline. So hit O. The shadow also is deformed. So if I click the button there, you'll see what the shadow actually is, which is a deformation, which kind of keeps it simple. So I can go all the way back to the beginning and see how this is not lining up. So it kind of lines up towards the end, so I think there's some frames in here that we could save. We started around here. So delete these keyframes. Slide these keyframes forward. See if that maybe is a little bit better. Yeah, it's a bit better. Let's see if we can modify this a little bit. Yeah. So more or less going to keep doing that. Just modifying the spline. So what this ends up looking like rendered, if you want to see it. Oops. Disable the. So it's a super subtle shadow, which I think I may boost a little bit more because it is a little on the subtle side. Yeah, so you can see that's what the shadow looks like. Not affected. If we go in here, we can see how it's built. The layer properties. So right now it's pretty light. One shadow is tinted magenta and the other one is tinted blue. Kind of give this like burn effect. There's really no reason why I have keyframes on this. So what I can do is I can change this to local, which erases all the keyframes, and then it's going to basically allow me to change this a little easier. So I can boost this I do the same to this. Local versus to 60. So now you can see the shadows a bit more apparent. I think I'm happier with that. Alright, let's go back to the vector mode so I can modify. Come back up to our deformation panel. It's really just about nudging this now. It's starting to fit in now. Alright, that's fine. Also fine. I'm fine. Alright. So that's where the drop starts. So I think I'm going to remove these frames. And we'll go to the down, which is there. See if scooting that over helps. It kind of helps us a little bit. The difference between here and here isn't so great. So one quick thing I can do is I can just run an interpolation between them, set a keyframe, then move that keyframe. So I kind of did a 50% interpolation between the two, so it's not as extreme. And I can do the same thing with this one. Take these and convert them to stop motion. So this is not following the contour anymore of the shape, so we gotta fix this. So I believe I read that I can. That's definitely not something I want to do. I should be able to move these. Ah, cool. Yeah, there's this new manipulation tool. That's nice. Used to not be able to do that. Yeah, before you used to just have to manually grab them. Now you can use this manipulation tool, which is so nice. Okay, so there to there, it's good. Alright, same thing here. We'll select these. We'll use the new manipulation tool. Oh, that's nice. I bet I can even take these three. Kind of have it edge out a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. Kind of move this forward a little bit. Oops, today in between. I'm trying to keep it on 2s. That's why I'm being a pain in the butt with this. Alright. So pivot. Yep, that's how it works. Nice. Can I select it? No, I need to actually select them. That's alright. Alright. Yeah, I think this is pretty awesome. Alright, we'll move these all in a little bit, kind of far out. over to the regular tool. Yeah. And then I can flatten all these out. Alright. So now I have the hop part. Which seems like here on. So I'm gonna move these. Landing. Trying to see, so it's kind of working there. I think that's good, and this is good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete these keyframes. I could select all the keyframes and move them, but it won't let me. Alright, so I gotta select all these. There'd be more like that, I think. And same with this. That's fine. This is a little far. So first I'm going to try to connect these pieces. And if you remove the keyframes, the in-betweens, this will look better. And I'm going to do the same over here. That's interesting. It's probably an interpolation thing. Let's see. That's really weird. Probably, yeah. I know what that is. So. So here's how to fix this. It's because I used position on the entirety to move it at one point, and that screwed it up. So we'll do is we'll correct it. There we go. Kinda. So that's my interpolation to it, which is why it slowed down. Alright, cool. So that's seemingly working. So convert all these to so that whole thing over there is not good either. That foot should probably be here. So we're going to remove all these keyframes. Select all these joints, deformation points. All right. So let's see how this interpolates now. Between this, yeah, all right, this is feeling good. Let's see, how's up? Oh. Instagram died off. That's fine. Let's keep doing it on here. All right. I think I'm going to try to interpolate these frames. Yeah, that'll feel better. All right. So now we just need to do this flying part. So what I'm trying to just do is smooth out the shadow at this point. Alright, so that should do the trick. So now you can see what the shadow looks like when we render it. Just kill the... Yeah, so there's the shadow. You don't really see it over the darks, so it's not really worth going there. Alright, so I think at this rate, I think what I'm going to do is finish this up. I'm going on vacation for a week, and when I get back, I'll kind of do one more session of this and kind of finish up this shot. It's getting late, and I got work in the morning. But thanks for watching, and please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to get notifications of my latest videos. I'm going to try to do a video when I get back next week. Have a good night. See ya.